Welcome to the season finale of Soul Sessions here on Dominion Television. Yes, we made it. It's been a full season of exploring and learning different aspects of wellness with powerful wellness experts. And today we're wrapping it up with a topic that touches everybody. It's all about money, money, money. We're talking about making wise financial choices. So for many people, finances are one of the biggest sources of stress and anxiety, from bills to budgeting to the pressure to keep up. Money can easily steal our peace if we don't learn to manage it with wisdom and intention. So joining us on the show is a brilliant financial coach who would help us unpack how to build financial habits that protect our well-being and keep us grounded. So you definitely need to sit in for this one. My name is Osara Noma Saba. Most people know me as the Edo Queen. Welcome to Soul Sessions.
Live from the heart of the action. Welcome to the nerve center of Next Level Broadcasting.
This is the OB van, where the studio meets the street.
Equipped with cutting-edge cameras, crystal clear audio, real-time switching, and broadcast control, we don't just capture moments, we deliver the experience live.
Anywhere, anytime, from stadiums to red carpets, breaking news to buzzing festivals, weddings, birthdays, and all sorts of ceremonies. We bring the world to your screen in real time.
It's not just a van, it's a complete mobile production house, a command center, a broadcast beast.
This is more than live, loud, limitless.
Ready to go live? Like never before. Book the OB van today and take your event to the world. One powerful broadcast at a time.
All right, it is still Soul Sessions here on Dominion Television, and like I said before, we're wrapping up the season by talking about money. Now, who best to talk about this than the one and the only financial consultant number one, as I would like to call her. We have with us in the studio Jumoke Caxton Martins, who is not a new face on Dominion Broadcast. Hello, Jumoke.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm very well.
I'm very excited to have you on the show in a different light, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I do. I'm happy to be here. I'm glad to be here to talk about something, of course, that we're passionate about.
Very passionate, very passionate.
Yeah.
So, I mean, without further ado, we're talking about making, wise financial decisions. I mean, with the way the country is going, everybody's always like, oh, there's no money. But then people still see that there's actually money, right? So, I mean, before we even talk about all of those dynamics, what would you say is financial wellness to you?
Oh, well, financial wellness is being able to make, keep and multiply money. So it spans to your relationship with money from every side, your ability to actually create value that you exchange for money, and your ability to keep it, because for many people money just runs through their hands. They make it, they lose it, they make it, they lose it, and then it's such a cycle that they can't really use that money to give direction or give life to their dreams, or give life to where they see themselves. So, and then of course, if you make it and you keep it and you're not really multiplying it, you're not making your money work for you, and then life is not as fast or as sweet as you want it to be. So even if you can keep it, you're always going to be a step behind the person that can multiply it. And so for me, financial wellness is being able to make it in the first place, knowing what value to create and then how to exchange it for money, and then being able to keep what you make. I mean, don't just be a conduit, because if you're a conduit, making the money, you can't see any impact. And then, of course, when you've made it and kept it, why don't you make it work for you? let your money give birth to more money, and then
Right.
you have a wholesome relationship with money. You are satisfied. It doesn't necessarily mean you have all you need. Well, you have all you need, not necessarily all you want. Human wants are
Insatiable.
yeah.
Yes.
So, but at least you're satisfied, and then you have hope because if you are making, keeping, and multiplying money, even if you don't have some things today, you can put a date to it and say, okay, with the way I'm going, 2 months, 3 months, 2 years down the line, I'll be able to
get
do these
it.
things I want to do. So it gives you continuous hope. But depression sets in when it doesn't look like it's ever going to happen.
True. And now I think we live in a world where, especially maybe because the year is coming to an end, some of our New Year resolutions, even one of my New Year resolutions was to make more money. We want to be financially, want to be, and I feel like a lot of people now are living in financial chaos, where they're probably spending more than they probably thought they would. They are not, saving as much as they thought they would, or their savings are actually saving them. So for people, or for some of us who are currently in financial chaos, what would you say is like the first step to at least bring in some form of normalcy to our finances, especially because we want to have dirty December?
Exactly. You see? So you need to own your dirty December. How dirty is D-E-T-T-Y, but how D-I-R-T-Y is D-E-T-T-Y going to be? So, what success means to you is what success means to you. It doesn't mean the same thing to the next person.
Yeah.
And so you must define for yourself what it is you want. Defining for yourself what you want and enjoying the little pleasures is what will save you from the pressures that come from what everybody else wants.
Yeah.
You are not really anybody's mate. So the pressure that comes from my mates are, or my people are, or the family is what leads us, peer influence, peer pressure is what leads us to think that it's something that is ideal for a particular time. Take, for example, I've told everybody who needs to listen that, so it's breakup time. If I adopted you before, kindly go on vacation till January. Yes, because it takes a level of discipline. You might need to give cupcakes and not the kind of gifts that are going to rob you of January or cause your January to be 40 days. You need to imbibe some level of discipline. But you see, that discipline is impossible if you don't know exactly what you're looking for.
Okay.
So the first thing to do if you have found your finances chaotic is stop the bleeding.
Okay.
Something brought you here. Find it. You're spending money. You might not think it's unnecessary. But if you analyze all your spendings, there's some things you could have avoided or pushed till later or deferred or asked for help with or chosen something cheaper. So you run a financial diagnostics. But the first thing is, if there's chaos, please don't create more chaos. So if you realize that you are extended, you're in debt, don't acquire more debt. It's normal for people to borrow more money to pay the debt. So you keep up a cycle. So the first thing to do if you're bleeding is you stop the bleeding and then you try to heal the wound. But the very first thing, first aid, is stop the bleeding. So find out, why are you where you are? Is it the pressure? Is it, for some people, they think it's, I just want to eat. But I just want to eat. I just want to eat. You're not eating rice with stew without meat.
Eating pizza and burger.
Thank you. You're not eating. You're eating luxury. At some point, you might need to learn how to make shawarma yourself.
True. So
that it will cost you 1,000 naira and not 3,000 naira. So you are the one who knows what you're looking for. You're the one who, when you do an analysis of how you spent money and you got here, you would know exactly what you can take out.
True.
And be further down the line. So run diagnostics on your finances. A good way to do it, you don't have to do it for a long time.
Yes.
1 week, go about with a jotter, write down every single thing that takes money out of your pocket. And very soon you realize that the people that said be on social media for 3 hours a day, they know what they're doing. Because when you calculate your data expenses, you just suddenly realize, oh wow, so that's what I'm worshiping with my money. Find the leaks, then plug them.
I think if people actually go around with that intentionality, because that little 500 naira puff or that let me just buy, if you accumulate it,
if you skip
for
it,
the whole
if you skip
week,
the 500 naira puff for 5 days, no, we have cheat days.
That's
5
like
days. That's 2,500.
That's 2,500 in a week, and if in a month that's 10,000.
Exactly.
So it starts from little. But this maximizes the importance of priorities.
Oh yes.
But then again, when you are living with, say for example, there could be so many priorities that still are consuming a lot, and you cannot remove some priorities. Say, for example, you have to pay your rent. You probably have to fuel your car. Or say you don't even have car now. Maybe you have to pay school fees, right? Everything almost seems like it's a priority that cannot but be paid for. So at what point do we now still attend to those priorities and, you know, still have maybe a little bit for, you know, self-enjoyment, where it seems like almost everything now is a priority, because just to survive alone is, you know, you breathe, debit alert.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Yeah. So how do we now know how to balance that?
Okay, so I have mentioned peer pressure, and I think that we all need to realize that peer pressure is real. And you might be the peer pressuring yourself because the people you are thinking are your peers might just not be. You know, you have come out of your family, you're supporting yourself, and then consequently you have to support your family members who are not where you are. And you see your colleague earning about the same amount that you're earning, that every elder person in that person's family is more affluent, you know, and you think you are mates. You are not mates. Their responsibilities permit them to eat shawarma and pizza. Yours don't. You know, so when they are eating shawarma and pizza, you should not feel bad that you make the same amount of money, but you don't spend on the same things. Why? Because you are not as affluent because of your responsibilities. Now, of course, there are some responsibilities you need to leave until you're capable of taking them on. I know that many people feel responsible for their siblings that they did not bring to earth, that nobody consulted them before giving birth to, and then you make a little money, you are struggling to eat, and somebody is calling you that your younger brother needs school fees. If you do not have enough to pay school fees, if you are not even in a position to give birth yet, you can't raise, you are deferring having children because you cannot be responsible for children, then don't let people donate their own responsibilities to you, and don't let them put you under pressure. The truth is, if you can shield them off for a while, you'll be in a better position when you have enough to take care of them. If you allow them put you under pressure now, you'll be in the same position they are. All of you will not be able to pay your bills, you know, and so you'll be disadvantaged. So coming right back to that, the best way is you are the only person who can locate yourself. Where are you? It's important for you to know your net worth. How much are you worth? How much do you have? What exactly can you afford? You know, many people don't earn income in the same way. Some are salary earners, some are entrepreneurs, some are seasonal entrepreneurs, you know, that don't have work from some particular times of the year. Exactly. So how much can you afford to spend per time? You're the only person that can diagnose yourself. And when you know how much you can afford to spend, then you need to locate yourself. The truth is, they are happy cleaners.
Oh, yes.
Who earn 30,000 naira per month.
And it's good for them.
And they're fine. As a matter of fact, I always talk about a particular person that worked with me while I was working in Skybank. She was earning 20,000 for more than 10, 15 years, no promotion, nothing. And she had 3 kids that went through higher institution.
With that?
Oh, yes.
Like that 20K?
Yes.
Only?
But you see, so that's where the only comes in. She understands her reality, and so she's doing extra cleaning jobs. She's asking you, Ma, please, if you are moving in, if you construct, I would do, because she understands her responsibilities. But she's not going to rent an apartment in Bodija. Yeah, she bought half plots in Akmete and spent 15 years developing it, but she developed it. She lives in her own house. And those of us that earn millions are struggling to pay 3 million naira rent because we are trying, because we are trying to keep up with an image that nobody even knows. Dress well. Nobody will ask you what house you came out of. You know, so let's put our focus on the right things, especially after we've located ourselves. How much can you afford to spend? If what you can afford to spend, there are schools. I know of primary schools that take as high as 30,000 naira per term. Per term? Yes, I know. My son is in a school that, if you're talking about 30,000, maybe you're talking about the books.
Or even 1 uniform.
Thank you. It won't buy more than 1 uniform. You understand? But those people, all of us are still going to meet in the university last. Now, we can differentiate universities and say some will go to federal, some will go to private, but even the private, they're still the lesser ones. Exactly. So if you cannot afford it, cut your coat, not according to your size, according to the material you have. So what can you afford? That material is what determines exactly what your status is. Don't aspire until you're big enough to move to that level.
Amazing, and you're capable. I think a lot of people truly just succumb to the whole pressure. Some people run away from actually saying, I cannot afford this at this time. They feel like, they will not say, hey, I'm poor, hey, I'm broke. Say, for example, you want to buy something, and maybe it's just not, you didn't budget it, you didn't plan it, and they will just rather borrow to pay for it because they want to keep up with a certain, image. But please go ahead and say, I'm sorry, I cannot afford it. It could not even be that you don't even have the money.
You'll feel better if you had now.
Now,
I'm coming back. So you can then go and save towards it and not put yourself under pressure to do it in the immediate.
Exactly. Or go for another option that is, that fits your budget.
Exactly. And
that
fits your
budget.
You can find it. Don't worry, it exists. It fits your status, it fits your budget, and then you're happy at the end of the day. So happiness doesn't have to come at that high price.
True.
Just find the little things of life and be happy, be satisfied with yourself.
Amazing. I think that's like one would I say money tip that has helped me so far. I know to send. If I cannot afford it, I cannot afford it now. Oh, it's a little more than my budget, or maybe I would just, when I ask, say for example, I want to buy something maybe online, or I ask a vendor, and they say, okay, this flower is 50,000. Oh wow, it's a really gorgeous flower, but it's a little more than my budget now. So maybe I'll come back, later. And I walk with my head high. There's no problem. There's no issue there. So I want you to share like a few money tips that you probably have learned over time. Is it the confidence? Is it another one that my dad taught us, when we were younger, is save no matter how little, right? No matter how little. So even when we're in school and they were sending us pocket money, no matter how little, I'm saving. After I give tithe, I'm saving a certain amount in a different account, so I don't get tempted to spend it. And truly, when the time came for my savings to save me, I saw that I was almost a millionaire. So I mean, that was a very, very good money tip that I learned early, which I still do now. So what are other money tips that you feel like people could indulge in now?
Well, the first thing, I'm really into productivity, and so I have to marry it with finance. The first thing that is important for everybody to know is what they want from life. So that way you know exactly what you will spend money on that will add value to you. Okay. And you know exactly what you will feel it in your body when you're spending money on things that are taking money away from you and not adding money to you. Yeah. In the economics balance, they'll probably call some things assets and some things liability. Yes. So if you know where you're going to and you know what you want from life, for every expense you can tell, is this pushing me towards my goals or taking me further away from it? So the first thing is settle what you're looking for. And then of course, when you're setting goals, you know that you can't pursue everything at the same time. Yeah. So some things are important for you for now. So when you want to spend money, every time money is leaving your pockets, either transfer, cash, anyhow, even a promise that, okay, don't worry, I will help you out. Remember that money is either going to push you further or take you back. So consciously spend. Many of us just spend and then think later. No, think first and then spend after. And then you would know immediately whether it's adding to you or taking away from you. That savings tip is fantastic because always save. Yeah, but don't unsave.
Don't let your savings always save you.
Yeah, so many of us consider some things an emergency that are really not.
Emergency.
Not
if I'm hungry, it's an emergency.
I have a craving. It's an emergency. You understand? It is not. Because skipping a meal won't kill you. As a matter of fact, fasting for 3 days, it triggers autophagy. So skip meals 3 days straight, drink water, And you'll be healthier for it.
Wow.
So it's an established fact. So it's not an emergency that you're not eating today. Please, you will not die. 3 days, you will not die. Don't worry. Just keep drinking water. Maintain your electrolyte balance. So it's not an emergency. The fact that they have an event in your family, the one I see that gets to me is the way people plan for funerals. The people they didn't take care of have died. And then they are gathering all their life savings to bury the person. The one that's worse, they want to turn over the dead after 10 years. They are doing remembrance party. They are turning over.
And remembering the impact.
Remembering the impact, and then you kill yourself in the process, as in 2 dead people instead of 1 dead person, Those kind of things are not emergencies. As a matter of fact, they're luxuries. If you cannot spare it, you can't spare it. If you don't have money to spare, it's not that you would put it in your expenses. It's not an expense. It's not a valid expense. Because what exactly are you celebrating? The life of the deceased. Yes. Would the deceased be happy with the situation of your life? So you don't bankrupt yourself. Exactly. save till a time when you can institute a foundation or a memorial to the memory of that person, have scholarships for that person's memory, build something for that person's memory, then run yourself to the ground, remember the person every year, you know, with funds you don't even have, you know. So there's a lot of discipline and maturity that goes into it. So save first, spend later. Save first, spend and later. Please do not unsave for things that are not real emergencies and things that don't bring money back to you. If it's a liability, that money will keep going away from you. If it's an asset, it will continue to multiply your money. So at the back of your mind, every time you're spending, keep thinking, is it going to bring me money one way or the other? Or this money is just going forever like that? If it's going forever, pause, you know, and then find a very, very good reason to put that money there.
Very many things to think about. Think first, then spend, and not everything is an emergency, so we should not always rely on our savings to save us. Amazing and interesting, you know, conversation so far. We're going to go on a quick break, and when we get back, we have an interesting activity still on money matters, so stay with us. Okay, we've been talking money matters, and I think by now you should already know some things. Think first, then you spend the money later, and of course, not everything is an emergency. You just need to remember some of these things before you get debit alerts. Okay, we still have Jumoke Caxton Martins here with us in the studio, and now it's time for the activity. So we're just going to hand over to her as you lead us, you know, through this brief activity. Yes.
Okay.
I thought maybe there would be more new. I thought it's a money something.
Well, I wish it was a money something, but I want to share 10 things, right, that we all can do to make some extra money.
Love it.
I know that everybody needs more money. No matter how much you have, you still need a little bit more. And then for people who are looking for side hustles, these tips I want to share, this more like life hacks, you know, are going to take you a step closer, and then they don't require so much to do. So the very first one, saving for investments. Like we were saying behind the scenes, that investments is a whole big thing by itself. But if you have money saved, please do not leave it in your savings account. It is not multiplying your savings account. You're probably going to get a 6% on your savings account, and that won't work. So what do? You look for low-risk investments that will pay you higher. Treasury bills, government bonds, mutual funds. You'll get between 15 to 20%. That means that if today you have 100,000, in 5 years you have another 100,000 to add to it. And then if you apply compound interest, after 7 years, what you have earned as interest, if you don't touch the money at all, what you've earned as interest will be higher than your principal. So the magic of compound interest makes investing your savings useful. So if you're saving periodically and you just keep it where it's growing, maximum 7 years, you would have your principal will be less than your interest. Your interest would overtake your principal in amount. So please save, keep saving, and make sure your saving is making money for you. Number two, teach what you know. You'll be shocked at what people want to learn. You will be shocked at what people want to learn. Too many people want to learn how to write a book. People want to learn how to put their books on Amazon. People want to learn how to make a fada sauce. People want to go and see their in-laws and you just want to wow them. Their favorite soup is this. They're on YouTube trying to download and find out. You'll be shocked that what you know is going to make a difference in somebody else's life. Now, when you teach what you know, one, you can earn for teaching it. You know, another thing is that people now find you as an expert in that field and then begin to consult you for it and they pay you for your advice. You know, so I know that when I was shopping for children's things, I paid a shopper because I realized she knew where the best deals were. It's a skill that I do not have. And so the way you can put yourself out there is teach what you know. So either you're putting your teaching videos out for a fee, or you're putting it out for free so that people can retain your services for what you're talking about. But teaching whatever you know is always something that can bring in money if you know how to monetize it.
Yes.
That can bring you money. Number 3, create a product.
Okay.
Well, there are some products that people know you for. There are some things you do for yourself that you realize your friends come to you for. I mean, there might be a special way you make your zobo and all your neighbors come for a bottle. I mean, Ayomek Bope's moi moi started from one bowl of moi moi in front of our house and our neighbors smelling it and coming to buy. So if you found something that people rely on you for, you can create a product out of it and sell it, and then you do retail. Another thing is, if you do retail well enough for any product, the people that you buy from know you, they'll create a credit line.
Yes.
And so they supply you, you pay buy now, pay later, because you have proven yourself to have integrity. So you can do retail for anything, really. If you create a product, or you know somebody that created a product and then you help them sell it. Another one, I love it so much, write a book.
Of course.
Now, the beautiful part is that you earn from your book forever. It's yours, you own the copyright. And so you can do revised edition.
Yes.
And then, of course, printing has become extremely expensive, so you can make it an ebook.
Sure.
Sometimes, you know, you're down in dumps, you need money for something, and you go, my target today is to sell 10 copies. And then you go out, you make a broadcast to 100 people. If you're a good person, you find 10 people to buy. Next thing, start a small service company. You help people cook, you help them like the shopper.
Yes.
Provide a service. It doesn't cost you anything to set it up, but you can easily provide that service to people. Another thing, market for other people, earn a commission.
Okay.
So I've not produced anything. I don't have a shop. I'm just taking your things to someone else and earning a commission on it. So that in itself is another way of making extra cash. Multi-level marketing, of course, it needs you investing a small amount in some products, but really is you selling your network. You know a lot of people that need the thing you're selling, and then you tell them about it. Some types of companies actually do the marketing. Just give them names. They reach out to those people themselves, and you earn money from that as well. Real estate. Have you ever introduced the buyer to the seller before and gone home with 0.5% that you did not sweat for?
True.
Because you knew somebody who needed an apartment or who wanted to buy a house or who wanted to buy land. So these are things, just keep your ears open to the people who need and the people who want, and then you have that finder's fee coming to you. Even if you're not making the 5%, the 10%, that's 0.5.
It's still something.
Oh yeah, makes a world of difference. Of course, consider agriculture. Even if you don't sell what you're planting, you will at least eat it and reduce your
How much
reduce your
True.
cost. And then the 10th one, drop shipping. Drop shipping is collecting picture from the person that has it, posting it on your status, adding your profit to the price, and then the person buys it, pays you. You go and pay the person you're buying from, and then. So you don't have a store, you don't have the products, you only have pictures, and you post, put a price, you leverage on your network, and you make some more money. So these are always, anybody that is doing anything can add some money to whatever it is they're making.
Amazing. I feel like clapping. Thank you so much. I think this is very it's a lot to take home with, because I mean I'm always a proponent for find something else to do. One source of income is definitely not enough, especially in this country. It's not enough. So I think these 10 things, you can even feel free to do all 10 and be a millionaire, billionaire. To be very honest, it's a nice idea. But thank you so much for joining us on our season finale. It's been an amazing episode with you. Thank you so much. Now, all good things must come to an end. I really genuinely enjoyed the whole season of Soul Sessions. We've had gym instructors, we've had a defense coach, we've had chefs, we've had enthusiasts, we've had skincare, and of course we decided to wrap it up with money. And because we know we're getting into Dirty December, we want us to make wise financial choices. But thank you so much for joining us all through the season. Big shout outs to my amazing producer LFI. Thank you to the crew. I want to say Caxton crew, but thank you so much to the production crew and every single person who has made this happen. All my amazing and fantabulous guests. They make this a really interesting soul session. Until next time, when I come to your screen again, we're going to rebrand and come back even better, just so you get to thrive in your spirit, soul, mind, body, and everything in between. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you on the next season of Soul Sessions. Bye.